Right now at 5 o'clock, you're taking a live look out of the Capitol where Congress has affirmed President-elect Joe Biden's Electoral College victory over President Donald Trump. Lawmakers working into the night, and now Biden has passed that 270 electoral vote threshold to officially win the Oval Office. Plus,
these were rioters and insurrectionists, goons and thugs.
Violence never wins. Freedom wins.
The vice president and lawmakers sending a clear message after rioters breached the Capitol. It was a stunning day in Washington, D.C. as protests turned deadly. And we have live team coverage for you this morning on the aftermath of the storming of Congress.
From local lawmakers' reaction to the rallies here at home, we have you covered this morning. WPBF 25 News Mornings starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. WPBF 25 News Mornings starts now.
A lot to get to overnight. We've got it for you this morning. Good morning to you. It's 5 o'clock. I'm Erin Guy.
And I'm Mark Kelly. Thank you for starting your day with us and tuning in. It is Thursday, January 7th. Of course, we have much more coming up. New developments just this morning out of Washington, D.C. We'll get to that in a second. Let's get a quick check of that forecast, though, Sandra.
Definitely a fluid situation here. I'll zip through it. We have a cold front that will arrive tonight and early tomorrow with a slight chance of showers tomorrow morning. None of that today, though, for the most part. We've got the 50s out there area-wide. Mildest morning of the week so far, though we're still in the low 50s around the lake. It's 57 in West Palm Beach, down through Delray, Boca, upper 50s. We'll eventually this afternoon hit a daytime high of 75 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Caroline?
All right, thanks for that, Sandra. Showing off what Martin County looks like this morning. You can see Hope Sound looking good, even as we make our way up north, going into Palm City, into that Stewart area. Things are looking really good this morning. Then as we make our way back down south and travel into northern Palm Beach County, you can see Jupiter looks fine. Same thing for Palm Beach Gardens. So really I-95 looking great, US 1 looking great. Same thing for the Turnpike. So no issues to report early this morning. Erin.
Caroline, Sandra, thank you. And the big story, the big headline as you're waking up this morning, Congress has affirmed President-elect Joe Biden's Electoral College victory over President Donald Trump.
That's right. It was the counting of Vermont's 3 electoral votes that officially put Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris over that 270 threshold that's needed to win the presidency. Now, the Senate and House rejected objections to throw out Georgia as well as Pennsylvania's electoral votes for Biden. Republicans also objected to Arizona, Nevada, and Michigan's electoral votes, but the motions failed before they got to the debate point. Now, President Donald Trump says there will be an orderly transition after Congress concluded the electoral count vote.
In a statement just released after the votes were certified, the president said in part, "Even though I totally disagree with the outcome of the election and the facts bear me out, nevertheless, there will be an orderly transition on January 20th. But it comes after what was a chaotic day in our nation's capital, with the president's supporters storming Congress and objecting to the election certification. Police say 4 people died, a woman who was shot, and 3 other people who suffered medical emergencies related to the breach. Police say 52 people were arrested, including 26 on the Capitol grounds, and 14 police officers were injured. President Trump eventually tweeted a video telling people to go home. But the video was removed by Twitter because the president continued to assert that he won the election.
This year, using the pretext of the China virus and the scam of mail-in ballots, Democrats attempted the most brazen and outrageous election theft. And there's never been anything like this. It's a pure theft in American history. Everybody knows it.
Officials across several states have previously said that there was no evidence of widespread fraud in the election. Meanwhile, President Trump's lockout on Twitter will last for several more hours. It's the most punitive step the social media giant has taken against the president. Twitter also warned Trump could be subject to permanent suspension if he continues to violate Twitter's policies against violent threats and election misinformation. Facebook and Instagram have also blocked the president from posting. Facebook saying he violated the company's rules with 2 posts. Meanwhile, President-elect Joe Biden also had some strong words for the commander-in-chief yesterday.
Let me be very clear. The scenes of chaos at the Capitol do not reflect a true America, do not represent who we are. What we're seeing are a small number of extremists dedicated to lawlessness.
Lawmakers are now vowing an investigation into how police handled the breach at the Capitol. And as Congress further investigates, local lawmakers and residents are reacting to the mayhem on our nation's capital.
All right, we have team coverage for you this morning. So let's start with Josie Carbonari live in Palm Beach Gardens. Josie.
Well, Mark, Aaron, about 40 Trump supporters from our area left from right here in Palm Beach Gardens to D.C. for that rally. We spoke to the organizer of that trip, and now he's sharing what he experienced. Willie Guardiola tells us he attended the rally where the president spoke before rioters stormed the U.S. Capitol. Then, once the chaos started to unfold, he says he witnessed some of it from a distance.
I've never seen so many police squad cars, I mean, hundreds of them, and we knew that something pretty drastic happened.
Now here in Florida, a mostly peaceful rally took place in Boca Raton, but at one point it got heated when a handful of people waved Antifa flags and walked towards Trump supporters. Now we're told 2 people from that trip that left here to D.C. were in the middle of everything and all of the chaos. We did ask them for an interview, but they declined. Reporting in Palm Beach Gardens, Josie Carbonari, WPBF 25 News.
And Josie, thank you. We turn now to Wakeisha Bailey live in North Palm Beach for us with reaction from local lawmakers. Wakeisha, what are they saying this morning?
Well, good morning, Aaron. As we know, several of our local lawmakers were on Capitol Hill during these violent protests. Now, we have confirmed that they are all safe, but they said what happened yesterday was just unacceptable. Now, we're going to start with Congressman Brian Mast, who says that he left the floor before it was swarmed by protesters. And then we're going to hear from Congresswoman Lois Frankel, who says she didn't let the chaos distract her from the task at hand.
It affects me because I love this country, because I hate to see any fracture, regardless of the reason, in this country. And in that, I think it affects certainly all of us, hopefully, as Americans, but definitely all of us as U.S. service members that are willing to give our life for a place that we consider to be bigger than ourselves as individuals.
I'm okay. I've been very calm, and we've been very we actually barricaded ourselves in a room in an undisclosed location, and I feel like reinforcement is coming. I want the people back home to know that we will finish our job.
As the Capitol was under attack, Senator Marco Rubio tweeted, "There is nothing patriotic about what is occurring on Capitol Hill. This is third world style anti-American anarchy." And Governor Ron DeSantis, who is a close ally and supporter of the president, tweeted, "Violence or rioting of any kind is unacceptable, and the perpetrators must face the full weight of the law. The Capitol Police do an admirable job, and I thank them for their hard work." And as you mentioned, Mark and Aaron, U.S. representatives and senators were able to return safely back to chambers around 8 o'clock to finish certifying those election results. Reporting from North Palm Beach, Wakeisha Bailey, WPBF 25 News.
Wakeisha, thank you. Now we continue to get updates out of the Capitol all throughout this morning. So if you're away from the TV throughout the day today, keep in mind you always have the WPBF 25 News mobile app as an option to get your news. Aaron?
Time now 5:08 as you're waking up. The sports world taking a stance after the storming of the U.S. Capitol, and the big headline in the Jacob Blake shooting decision this week. The players' show of unity on the basketball court.
Plus, minor league baseball players could be waiting longer to hit the diamond this year. The new report on why their season could be delayed and how that's going to affect our area.
And weather-wise, you're waking up to some milder conditions this morning. A few low clouds out there, but big changes are on the way. I'll have the breakdown ahead.